UN Secretary General Antonio Gutterz calls for de-escalation amid the Blue Line fire exchanges. French President Emmanuel Macron did not name a prime minister and will hold a new round of consultations.
Baltic and Nordic countries have raised concerns over Hungary's opening of its visa scheme to nationals from Russia and Belarus.
UN Secretary General Antonio Gutterz calls for the immediate de-escalation as cross-border attacks between Israel and Lebanon intensify.
On Sunday, we issued a statement in which the Secretary General expressed his deep concern at the exchange of fire that had taken place across the Blue Line. These actions, he said, put both the Lebanese and Israeli populations at risk, as well as threatening regional security and stability.
Meanwhile, more than 600 UNIFIL peacekeepers continue to carry out their mission at the Spanish base in southern Lebanon. They find themselves amid the clashes across the Blue Line, that is the unofficial line that separates Israel and Lebanon.
Acaba de sonar fase 2, lo que implica que todo el personal fuera de los edificios debe portar chaleco y casco y todas las patrullas que estén fuera de las posiciones deben replegarse a la posición más cercana.
The Spanish Blue Helmets are in charge of bringing water every day to the advanced positions of the Blue Line.
Al final, pues te haces a ello. Nosotros venimos por una misión y a esto es lo que estamos haciendo y ya está.
UN spokesperson Stefan Dujarric emphasizes the conflict's impact on civilians bordering the Blue Line, but confirms that the escalation in the region has not had a significant humanitarian impact. French President Emmanuel Macron did not name a leftist prime minister and will hold a new round of consultations in an effort to form a new government. The left-wing New Popular Front alliance won the most seats in July's snap legislative elections, but not enough to govern. The party nominated Lucie Castet as prime minister, who says she is ready to govern and willing to compromise to get things done.
Nous sommes ici venus rappeler au président l'importance de respecter le résultat des élections et de sortir le pays de la paralysie dans laquelle il est plongé. Nous sommes venus proposer une solution de stabilité.
But far-right leaders that met with Macron Monday said the party would block a prime ministerial candidate from the left-wing alliance.
Notre position, elle reste inchangée par rapport à celle que nous avions exprimée aux élections législatives. Le nouveau Front populaire, dans son programme, dans ses mouvements comme dans les personnalités qui l'incarnent, représente aujourd'hui un danger pour l'ordre public, pour la paix civile et évidemment pour la vie économique du pays.
Marine Le Pen called for an exception for the National Assembly to be convened before a prime minister is appointed. The New Popular Front said they would not partake new consultations with Macron unless it was to discuss Castet's nomination.
Lithuania and Latvia are the latest EU countries to express concern over Hungary's easing of entry rules to nationals from Russia and Belarus. Hungary's national card immigration scheme, which has now been relaxed to include Russia and Belarus, allows guest workers to stay in the country for at least 2 years and can pave the way to permanent residency. Foreign and Interior Ministers of the Baltic and Nordic states have written to the EU Commission, expressing concern over these changes, which they say could jeopardise the security of the passport-free Schengen area.
There was never Schengen free for Russian diplomats with hostile intention, and there was never Schengen free for possible security breaches by certain countries. So this is why we take it very seriously as a security risk.
The Hungarian government has dismissed these concerns, saying national cards would be issued in accordance with the relevant EU framework.
German Chancellor Olaf Scholz vowed to toughen knife laws and step up deportations as he visited the scene of the fatal knife attack in the German city of Solingen.
Offensichtlich wird es jetzt darum gehen, dass wir die waffenrechtlichen Regelungen, die wir in Deutschland haben, noch einmal verschärfen. Das gilt insbesondere, was den Einsatz von Messern betrifft, aber auch viele andere Dinge drumherum, die geregelt werden müssen. Wir werden alles dafür tun müssen, dass diejenigen, die hier in Deutschland nicht bleiben können und dürfen, auch zurückgeführt und abgeschoben werden.
A suspected Islamic extremist from Syria is accused of killing 3 people and wounding 8 others. The suspect turned himself into the police the day after the attack at a festival marking the city's 650th anniversary. The 26-year-old's asylum application was rejected, and he was supposed to be deported last year to Bulgaria, where he first entered the European Union. The attack reopened discourse over migration and deportation, a topic that remains highly divided among public opinion. Police confirms that there were 3 different gatherings in Solingen as various groups took to the streets to demonstrate.
Pavel Durov's arrest could complicate Russian plans in Ukraine. Telegram is very popular amongst Russian speakers and plays a crucial role in the war in Ukraine, both for the operations on the ground and for the spreading of Moscow's narrative. According to the Institute for the Study of War, it is, quote, the main alternative to official communications for Russian military personnel in Ukraine.
It's not just a news source, but it's a kind of key messenger that is used for coordination of action on different levels, to store video, to share large files, and all these kind of things. And you've got a lot of channels who are directly, more or less directly connected with the Kremlin or with the DoD, the Department of Defense of Russia.
Telegram is an encrypted chat and avoided being put under Russian government control in 2018. But according to experts, the Kremlin has managed to manipulate it, having brought in stricter legislation on its activities.
The owners of channels that are grouping more than 10,000 followers have to give the information to Roskomnadzor, which is more or less the organization who is in charge of controlling all the medias and social networks. In the same law, they are explaining that if you've got a channel who is followed by more than 500,000 packs, you had to give all the information on your users just if RKN or the FSB is asking it. So there is a kind of, not a control, but let's say a kind of more or less cooperation.
With its CEO in prison in a European country, Russian forces may start leaving Telegram, which in an extreme scenario could also be totally blocked in the country. This uncertainty will likely impact Russian frontline operations, even if it seems unlikely that the French authorities could disclose the information contained in the encrypted chats.
They could try to do so. It will be illegal because at the EU level there is no decision about being allowed to read messages. 3 months ago the EU could not reach an agreement on this. So yeah, they could try this, the secret services or whatever, but I really don't think that's the main problem now.
Durov's detention is turning into a diplomatic incident between France and Russia. The Russian embassy in Paris accused France of refusing to cooperate. But French President Macron insisted that the arrest was not a political decision.
As France's largest glacier, the Mer de Glace in Chamonix, melts rapidly, tourists are seizing what may be their last opportunity to witness it before it disappears entirely. Over the years, the glacier has become increasingly difficult to reach, but a newly constructed cable car now provides easier access for the thousands of visitors who come each year.
C'est impressionnant parce qu'on se disait, on voyait des blocs et on se disait bon bah ça à la fin de l'année ce sera plus là. Donc c'est pour ça qu'on en profite aussi pour venir parce qu'on sait très bien que dans quelques années le paysage sera plus le même.
According to glaciologist Luc Moreau, the construction of the cable car will allow people to observe the consequences of global warming at close quarters, whilst promoting local tourism.
Il y a 3 ans, 4 ans, voilà, le glacier touchait le rocher. Donc il a perdu en largeur et bien sûr en épaisseur. Là, il a perdu 40 mètres en 4-5 ans.
Experts can only sound the alarm about the rapidly melting glacier, a visible indicator of climate change. They are now more committed than ever to raising awareness of the urgent need for conservation.
Thousands of athletes will descend on the French capital for the 2024 Paralympics, set to kick off on Wednesday. 4,400 Paralympians, some of which will be torchbearers, will compete in 23 disciplines, spanning wheelchair rugby to para-athletics.
J'ai toujours regardé les Jeux, j'ai rêvé, et là pouvoir porter la flamme, ça a été énorme, pouvoir partager cette valeur de résilience, dépassement de soi.
12 torches will travel through 12 French towns before the start of the Games, giving sports fans a taste of what's to come.
La flamme paralympique, ça me paraît essentiel. Donc je me suis dit, il faut absolument y aller aujourd'hui.
Other spectators witnessed the magic of the 2024 Paris Summer Olympics and have come back for more.
J'ai eu la chance d'aller aux Jeux Olympiques à Paris et maintenant j'ai envie de vivre pleinement aussi les Jeux Paralympiques et mettre la même énergie et espérer trouver la même joie et le même enthousiasme.
French authorities have ramped up security at the Paralympic village, but a pair of Australian archers are not worried.
I'm focused on the competition. I let the government of France worry about that.
We're lucky. If they come in and try it on us, we've got archery gear, so we're pretty well protected.
Roughly 43,000 security personnel are on site to ensure that athletes can safely go for gold.